Hello, everyone. It is around noon on the 12th of March, 2023, 2024. Just a short update as I continue on my journey with my 67 Lincoln here. I've been driving it a little bit the last couple of days, not a lot, but I have had it up to 55 miles an hour now. So transmission seems to be doing fine. I actually had it at the motor vehicle agency this morning. That's what Maryland calls their DOTs when you get license plates and whatnot. And I actually got my historic plates for the car. That went smoothly, so no more Vermont plates on the car. Made the transition, so now I'll be getting the title in the mail. Didn't have about the car without a title, just a bill of sale. So I used the Vermont DMV trick. If some of you may know what I'm talking about. If you're curious, you can ask me, but that trick no longer works, I understand. So I was lucky I got in under the wire. So I'm legal now, completely legal. I mean, I was legal already, but now I'm totally legal with the title coming in the mail soon. So I'm happy about that. Um, some things I've noticed, the front end is completely shot. And I knew that was going to be the case. I already knew the center link was bad, and I knew the left front ball joint, driver's side ball joint, lower ball joint was bad. And boy, you can really tell when you're driving it that steering is so loose. It's really loosey goosey. And when you go over speed bumps or humps or whatever, you can feel it, hear it. So pretty soon I'll be ordering a kits to replace everything: upper lower ball joints, inner outer tie rods, idler arm, and of course the center link. So I'll be working on that in the next few weeks because I that's a safety issue as far as I'm concerned. If I'm going to enjoy this car and drive it, then it's got to be safe to drive. So and reliable. So I'll be working on that here. It's relatively simple work to do, especially on this old car. So I've done that plenty of times, so I have a lot of confidence that I can get that done right, and then I'll have to find somebody I trust to do the front end alignment after I've replaced all those components. Although surprisingly, she goes pretty straight down the road considering how loose the front end is, and really smooth. Anybody that's ridden in these old cars know how smooth they are and how soft they ride, and I just love that ride, and it's very quiet. You don't hear any road noise. There's no bearing noises or anything like that, so I'm very pleased about that. Um, I'm still having trouble with getting the engine tuned properly, though. A lot of hesitation still. I advanced the timing yesterday quite a bit, and that did help. But now it's advanced too far because now I'm getting a lot of pinging and knocking, not really knocking, but pinging on acceleration. She's got great power. When it kicks in, after I step on the gas a little harder, get beyond that hesitation point, she really picks up speed fast. So she's got great power. And like I said recently, or wrote recently, there's no smoke coming out the rear at all. No blue smoke, no black smoke, no white smoke. So that's great. That means the engine rings and all that are doing their job. They're still sealing well, all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy about that. Um, so I got a laundry list of stuff here. A lot of cleanup kind of stuff. I need to finish putting together the interior, put it back together. I didn't put the kick panels in yet on the door sill plates on the front, so I'm going to do that soon. Do some more cleaning. I did find out when I had the car parked over at the MBA this morning that I've got a puddle of transmission fluid underneath the car at the front, which sure sounds like a front seal leak to me. I didn't check that or replace that when I had all that out because I'm pretty sure Brian told me that he had replaced it, but I'm going to confirm that with him. Because it sure looks like it needs a front seal, and it needs it badly because there's a lot of fluid leaking out of there. So I'll have to keep an eye on the fluid level in the transmission. But it shifts fine. So we've gotten over the initial issues I had with it not wanting to shift from first to second. Maybe it's because it just sat too long or something. I don't know, but it seems to be shifting fine now. So I also adjusted the length of the throttle rod on the carburetor. It turns out I had it made it a little too short, so it wasn't returning all the way by itself. So I lengthened that out since it's adjustable, and now that's working a lot better. So it's just my continuing journey, and I'm having a ball. It's really neat to drive this whole thing down the road and everything. Oh, the other thing, I ran it through the car wash this morning, not the automated one. I used the one with the wand and the brush and all that, and got most of the crap off of it. So it looks a lot better, even though obviously that's not the best paint job, but that's okay. So my journey continues, having fun. It is so much nicer working in nice warm weather. I tell you, it makes this so much more enjoyable. So I've just been doing minor things, just things that I, enjoy doing that needed to be done. I finished putting my interior back together, put these sill plates back on, the kick panels back in place, the little insulation piece under there. Did that on both sides, and cleaned out the back seat so I could expose that again. UPS man brought me my next piece here. This is a plug that's going to go on this side to replace my little temporary solution there to plugging that port up. So this is a little more professional. It's rather pricey, but it'll work. I noticed when I was driving the car that it's pinging a lot, and I mentioned that earlier, I think, so I'm going to retard the timing just a little bit to try to get rid of that pinging and continue to try and figure out what's going on with that carburetor, why it doesn't want to run right or have enough acceleration. I've emptied a lot of crap out of the trunk. I want to make room for my tire repair or installation next week. The old bias ply tire there, the original, that'll be replaced. I just put this little trim piece on right here. So I'm just doing little things that I enjoy doing. So we'll see how things go into the engine now. All right, it's just a few minutes later. I've retarded the timing just a little bit, hopefully just enough to get rid of the pinging. I made the final adjustment I could make on this accelerator pump, and sitting here just, without driving it, it does seem to have helped. It gives it more travel, therefore giving it more fuel when you step on the gas. So I'm hopeful that that will take care of my hesitation issue. Because if it doesn't, I got more work ahead of me to figure out that one. Also, I wanted to show you my little plug here that I spent a ton of money for, more than I would have thought, but that's okay. It looks a lot more professional than what I had before. It doesn't leak. So I'm gonna take this baby for another test drive, and I'll let you listen in, see what you think. All right, I'm gonna leave my AirPods out so you can hear more engine noises and road noises as I take this for another test drive. So we'll see how this goes. I don't have a handle or anything to hold this with, so it may be kind of awkward. So we're just gonna run with this. So I do have my seatbelt on. See, I'm being good. At least it has working seat belts. So this is the first time I will be starting this car since I just showed you those adjustments. So let's see how she does. Okay, love how she starts. Let's move this seat back a little bit. All right, so backing out of the driveway. I tell you what, I really miss having a right-hand mirror. I feel so blind, especially because I have a telephone pole on my driveway that I always have to watch out for. So I have to use my neck and back a lot more than I'm used to. All right. Okay. All my alternator lights on again. I hate that. I got to figure out what's going on there. Maybe it's just because it didn't go out. Yeah, it went out. I guess it's just because it was idling so slow. All right, let's see how we do here. I don't know how much you can really hear of the engine, but she cruises real slow. She cruises slowly, very nicely. So we'll see how we do with a little acceleration. Just gonna go around my traffic circle first in my development, and then I'll take it out for a little higher speed test. Okay. I think the hesitation issue is reduced again. I'm not sure it's completely gone, but no, there's still some hesitation there. It's better, so I'm still working on that apparently. But every time I make an adjustment, it seems to get better, but I'm not quite done yet. So I noticed my pedal tends to stick too. It feels like it, and I know it's the original throttle spring, so I'm not sure what that's all about. But yeah, she's still not running right. Oh, that's frustrating. I'm gonna pause it for a minute till I get up to higher speeds. Right now I'm just in the neighborhood here, not going very fast. All right, we're about to get a green light here, so I turn the camera back on. We'll pick up a little speed here. So she's still stumbling, just at light acceleration, but if I step on it, she takes off. Good acceleration, don't hear any pinging this time. Transmission shifting fine. So it's only on that light acceleration. Even now I can feel the engine stumbling when I barely have my foot on the gas. If I let go, she idles very smoothly. no problems. And when I'm under heavier, moderate to heavy acceleration, she does just fine. It's just that light movement on the pedal. When I'm very light acceleration, that's when she stumbles. So if I push it, she goes. No problem there. Just that small little pedal acceleration that she stumbles. So I got to figure out what's going on there. I don't know. It seems like moving that accelerator pump linkage did help some more, but it's now at the maximum adjustment. There is no more adjustment left, so I can't get any more out of that. So I got to keep tweaking somewhere else. So we'll see what happens. So the cause of the binding was this index. I was forced to back it down one hole because when you put it there, it's just too much of an angle and it binds. That's why my gas pedal was binding when I was trying to use it before, so I was forced to go back. So I'm gonna take it for another spin just to see how it's running, but I'm sure I'm still gonna have issues with the stumbling. You know, with that very light acceleration. I got to figure out what's going on there. One thing I'm thinking I might try is putting the old carburetor back on the engine temporarily just to see how it runs with that. I'll have to repair this piece down here on my old carburetor because I ground that end off so I could attempt to put that part on this carburetor, but that didn't work out. So I'd have to use a screw and get that back in place before I could actually test it on the car. So I might do that just to see if it's the carburetor causing the problem or something else. I do have different sized jets that came with this carburetor. I don't remember if I mentioned that before or not. Um, I'm a long way from any kind of an expert on a carburetor, so I have no idea what the purpose of the different sized jets are. If the jets it has right now could be causing my problem with the acceleration, I don't know. So I may have to look at that too. All right, folks. It was sure a beautiful day today. I enjoyed working today. I had a good time, even though I'm still struggling trying to figure out the stumbling issues with this new carburetor of mine. Um, I'm seriously thinking about repairing my old carburetor enough to put it back on the car and driving it with that just to see how it runs with that. That would tell me right away whether it's the carburetor or not. The only thing I could think of left that I could do with this new carburetor is change the jets on it. It did come with several different size jets. Never done that before. I know how to take them out, but I've never tried to change jet sizes. So I don't know how that affects how the car runs or anything. But maybe that's my issue. Got to be something. There's got to be a way to solve this issue. So um, I think that's it. So I had a good time today. See you later.